been wanting to get the thought off my mind and share with you strength, because I believe my experiences gave me encouragement to become resilient and strong in certain aspects of life that I'm discovering. And the fun art of it is share it when it's raw, share it when it's real, the most in my face. And yes, so Rainier Mariano, and we're in San Francisco, going to school, USF, not Tampa. Decided to go shave the heads, and said this is a cheaper haircut. Got stressed and I plucked my eyebrows maybe a little too much. Discovering more of myself, understanding more of myself with a sober mind instead of a fear mind. But there's times when I'm definitely not sober minded. Was it a couple days ago now? Ran my truck through a fence. Totally not paying attention, and wasn't even going fast. I just did that move like I was 60 years old or something. Lovely wife, 2 kids, 2 girls. Deciding to live with more self-value. And I'm doing that by allowing myself to save myself on the other side of not being so self-destructive. As a man, I'm used to work hard and save everyone else at the cost of, and something didn't connect for me 6 years down the line in my marriage. And the why it didn't connect was save everybody else at the cost of yourself. What I noted was resentment completely. And one thing about being a man is you role model quite a lot of things. And if you don't choose to save yourself first, how can you properly save others? And I'm not saying that we are Jesus for everybody, but in the sense of setting a standard of self-care, setting a standard of how the household will run, what is acceptable, what it's not. I'm noticing that this is a message that is not often set to the common man. I mean, it sounds sexy in some educational video of how to parent. It sounds amazing. I don't know, I never did it, but like some premarital counseling at some church. It sounds authentic when you have the pastor's stamp of approval. But then you figure out that every man's the same, got the same amount of time, got the same amount of fears, and got the same amount of wants. And to be a man and want less, but expect more, being available for that much more, that's what we're doing here. Downtown. Amazing. Side note, can see the North Star at night when there's no clouds. Just looked out that way. Sleepless night tonight, and one of the best ones I ever had since playing Halo. It's, man, you lean in. I leaned in, and there was the part of me curious as to why I'm not doing what I want to do, or I'm not getting the results that I am desiring. The obvious talk of something needs to change. It has been 3.5 months of what the fuck is actually that needs to change. And in love and grace and in salvation, like, you don't change it, you just accept it. Not to impress any of my spiritual views on you, there is the necessary, I believe, maybe it's from the military, just the needed for spiritual pillar, physical health, mental health, social health with relationships, and then spiritual health, whatever that may be for you. With my belief, being a Christian, and I say that all inclusive, Catholic, whatever the kind of, all believe in God. You don't fully need to effort yourself into salvation. If God already died for you, if you believe in that, then allow yourself to be changed in that. It took me a lot of missing the point. Not that I was being so much, I gotta do the thing to get the thing. I just really was convinced that I'm searching for something. And maybe it's because I'm 30, maybe it's because the family, or maybe it's just because I'm choosing to be, again, more sober-minded, less resentful, less all available, even for the hard talks, even for the, I'm not going to lose my head over going over something that's very serious. I'm seeing, side note, forgot, I wanted to, I'm going to do it right now. I'm OCD and I'm ADHD. Enlisted, calm, but personnelist type. Going to school for computer science because I want to dig into the art more so, not just to support but to really create something. And I wanted to learn a new language. I wanted another creative outlet. In the same way I'm doing this video, I'm choosing to be learned. And where I come from, that is very important. But when it comes to guidance of how to get there, majority of my family has had first impression outcomes. I guess you could say, I mean, we're all living a first impression life, but there hasn't been that many people to strive for excellence. There hasn't been that many people to live without fear, because I don't have big words, no big words, but I think the word is prerogative. Everybody, the Filipino kind of, Asian American coming in at the, so I'm 30 right now, but our parents, for the head of time, and the grandparents of the head of time, it's get to the States, perform, assimilate, but if you're not going to assimilate, be a fly on the wall. We learn the most from our grandparents. We also understand there's just a generation gap, but when you understand each generation, you understand the message. People can only know what they know, so believe what they know and know what they don't. I was searching for something, trying to gain some harmony in my personal life, in my effort, whether it's focusing business, focusing schooling, focusing job, focusing family, Uh, I was really trying to find how to have sleight of hand with everything and how to have complete artistry. And one of the best traits that I believe I've accepted and built thus far was everybody I meet, I expect and believe that they're just a genius. And I get to glean on their knowledge and spend time with them. And so if I have the time, if it's appropriate, even if it's not just to get the word out, I try to ask as many questions as possible. What makes you tick? Because what makes you tick is how the world moves for you. And nobody can see the world beyond your eyes, but what we do as a collective people, we do some amazing things. And from a distance, it is awe-inspiring, but inspired inside is what needed first to do the cool things. And I'm one of those people who's been wanting to do the cool things, very afraid, very shameful, very guilty, feeling not worthy for to be able to do the cool things because of poor decision making. There's a time I was in Colorado, poor decision making. I've made myself homeless essentially, putting stuff in storages, couch surfing, relying on family beyond any way to pay them back, not in a sense of the Western mindset, but truly I had an adult life with an adolescent mind. Financial stability is emotional stability. Took me a while to figure that one out. My goal is to not tell you insecurities. My goal is to tell you exactly where I'm at. I got out the Air Force, joined school, rough transition. I am like 22 assignments behind, and I'm already a month and a half in class. Haven't been making excuses, but I've definitely been evading and escaping as to why. There is a lot of things as to what, but if you don't know, and if I'm talking to myself, but if you don't know what is really going on, then you can't really address it. Like, to an extent, trying to find something was a good curiosity of mine because it gave me the push, the persistence to question myself again and again and again. And I said, there's a better answer. There's a better answer. Are you lying to yourself? Are you not? The good process in that, though, was with my seeking of accountability for myself. Naturally, my whole household experienced extreme accountability. So much so, my wife, as it was visual in my eyes, may not be true, but defending herself and turning into some sort of debate from the energy of what is the actual truth. My daughter, 4-year-old, easier to question about truth, but there was also the moment of how serious are you? How real are you? How much truth are you really meaning? Or are you just talking about preference? And so to live a life in honesty and not preference is very different. It's funny how much of a headache you give yourself when you are forcing yourself to be honest. You find out you kind of just skewed the way to think. In the same way, it's easier to run when you just think like a kid and run. That's the proper way to run, but that's the proper way to think too. Innocent mind, it's hard to do it when you get older, but it's really not that hard. There's just a lot of leaning into fear and a lot of assimilating with limited knowledge, or Maybe we didn't even need that much knowledge. We just thought we did. Didn't have enough encouragement, didn't have enough confidence in ourselves um, to do the great things, to have the strength, to have the tenacity to stay up all night and actually be productive. These videos, again, I'll say, this is me speaking accountability for the things that I already believe. If you don't say it, it's not real, and that's not necessarily true, but that's what I believe for myself. And there's a lot of times when I don't speak. As talkative as I am, I don't speak because if I say it, it's real. But that's the whole self-discovery part that I was really needing to do. Not that the stakes get higher, but the decision making I had was self-destructive intentionally. And I was frustrated why I was intentional. What was I guarding from myself? And traumatic experiences, uncomfortable experiences, real mistakes made by myself, very raw. Can you accept them? And it's not time that allows you to do that, it's willingness. And it's something about maybe just living life. The more exposure, the more you can no longer really frame it in the odd way. You have to see it for really what it is. But that's the interesting thing about emotional intelligence, or at least emotional positivity. Like, you can be the most intelligent person, but if you have a hopeless set of eyes, you will see everything that is not changeable. But in reality, we have free decision. I'm saying not even just you're talking spirituality. I'm saying right now I chose to make a video, and right now you chose to watch, and I don't know who you are. And it's not about who's watching. It's just about me sending it so I can watch it myself again. And whoever can connect with that, it's really connecting with themselves. Whatever words coming out of my mouth just resonates with their own life. And that's the beauty of these kind of things. The only difference now is, where are you videoing it, or where are you capturing these moments? Is it just audio? Is it writing it down? Is it doing the acts? Is it mathematics and solving the equation? Is it actually tangibly delivering it as a product? Is it doing the service with so much grit? Is it networking and captivating people, the audience, the artistry of just drawing something that you disassociated and you were like, I can't believe I did that? So many ways to discover, and there's so many ways to open our eyes to just to do things. And the more and more I really look into this, it's not as important to find the platform. It's just important to figure out what you want to do and then do it more. How often? As much as you can. You figure testimonies, what convinces people, what really adds that stamp of approval is people spend their whole life doing something. And as a father of 2 daughters, really understanding the importance of, and it clicks when you say it, right? Saying that it's real, but finding out why, what you want to do, that purposeful thing. It's not one thing, but you do one thing more often, you'll be more effective, you'll dive a little deeper. And can you be okay with doing that thing for the rest of your life? Do you limit yourself? No, the net's kind of wide, but really figure out what you're fishing for and go. I say it so easily now, but I was so lost moments ago. I was so lost for months, years, really wrestling with the idea, what do I want to do? And you lean into niches and you're like, all right, what are they doing? This, da 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 da. I like this experience. Okay, da 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 da. And then you have respect for more things. I'm in San Francisco right now, but there was a time I was in Colorado, Denver, Colorado. There was a time I was in Tampa, Florida. There was a time that I visited uh, um, Dallas, Texas. There is a time other blah blah blah, but uh, I was very ignorant coming out of going to the Philippines, but coming out of California, very California ignorant, I guess you could say. Um, your eyes open up when you see other people's way how they see life. Is it the way you see life? Nah, maybe not. But there's a level of reverence and respect that you just naturally give if you have a aware ear, a humble spirit, and just an intentional desire to invest yourself in others. That is, by the way, what I choose to do. Invest myself intentionally as physically possible and as realistic within my reach to invest in other people, because it is what makes them tick that inspires me. The resilience that people have that inspires me, and it only really inspired me because of the pain and moments, these opportunities that I've had failed and that I've had succeeded through, that I have stumbled my way through, that I have stood strong in a storm. There's a lot of moments when I was resilient, even when I felt that I was totally broken and falling apart. Again, spiritual is important, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking all encompassing. I'm talking almost bankruptcy. I'm talking where's the next being vegetarian by choice, because right, we make our own choices, but out of financial need, rice and beans. Comedy. um, don't try so hard. It's one of the things I like about my mind. I weave in and out. My mind jump, but my heart stay in the same place. So I'm always ruminating and discovering what is it that is in my speech that I am trying to effort out in the most positive way. Not to be overly articulate, but to really have a resounding message, and not for the sake of so that it connects with other people. It's just because that's what connects with me. And if I would say anything, I'd respect myself enough to say it so that it's understood. One of the worst things in leadership, one of the worst things in any partnership, and the worst things in even friendship, miscommunication. Unregulated emotion, undeveloped habits. These things come like a monsoon. And if, just like the people who decide to pick up the trash, they may not be saving the world, but they're saving the world around them. In the same way, saving our words, we might just have enough belief in ourself again, just like how we were generations before, even if so ignorant. At least a belief in ourself, instead of being so what is the word, self-debilitating or whatever that may be. Amazing sunrise coming up, but as a person, not Black Eyed Peas, where's the love, but where's the belief in ourselves? I am determined and inspired to be a clanging cymbal and say, hey, let's do that again. Don't shit where you sleep, but I mean, walk the street, enjoy where you are, and if it don't feel it's safe, take off your earphones, look up, and really see who you're walking by. Don't approach, dangerous people ignorantly, but you'll notice that more people are friendlies than foes. And even the people that are zombies, just bent, high, strung out, wild, stressed, angry. When honest eyes look at hurt eyes, a lot of the time the hurt eyes steer away. And sometimes they're loud, right? They be barking back or whatever it may be, but you'll see them take steps backwards in their body language. I'm not saying approach a great white shark, but really stand strong and believe who you are. And if you don't believe who you are, there's a lot to work on. Because when you walk down a street, it should be very comforting to pass so many people. It's not Southern hospitality, it's just humanity. I tell my daughter, tell Michaela, hey, keep your eyes up. 1, you know where you're going. 2, it's comforting for other people. You let other people know, hey, you're human. And also, they let you know that they're human as well, and that they're friendly, and that people more defensive, more scared, more fear-fuck bitches than friendly, wholesome, loving people. Bring sexy back type stuff. Like, not just in Timberlake, but everybody's beautiful. So much we have a problem in this generation, at least I see, that even hot people feel ostracized. They hot because they take care of themselves. They're sexy because of the energy they bring. And who says you're so fucking ugly to not bring that? And if you're mismanaging how you take care of your health, if you're choosing to be so negative and don't know even how to have a tasteful, creative style in anything, yeah, you're gonna look out of place. You want to be an ugly fuck, you be an ugly fuck, but that's all on you. My message is saying you don't have to. And my message is also empathizing, because that doesn't click until you value yourself. Don't have to have it all figured out either. 22 assignments behind. I'm still choosing to go all in, as much as all in means for me, and at least see it to the end. Like crashing into the fence, it's really not as bad more than it is. And if you're honest about it, I'm not saying that you get scot-free out of things, but I mean, being honest gets you more things than you think. Being honorably separated, scot-free almost on that incident, running through fence and garage in the city. Truck, definitely scratch. But, I mean, I don't gotta buy a whole new fence, at least I don't think. As of right now, don't overthink the future. Be in the middle of present. Just be smart enough to plan your actions. And if you're gonna be ignorant, have good habits. So that at least when you're discovering the dark, you know how to navigate that. It's okay to discover as well. I really believe that. I think that a lot of this low-grade anxiety, also panic and paranoia, came from, these stressful experiences of needing to know, or you're done for financially, physically, instability, like stability, housing-wise. Like, that's a real thing. But at the same time, it's not more than it is. If you have belief in thought to make a new decision, the decision you made prior will only affect you as much as the decision is supposed to impact. But a new thought, a new mind, positive mindset, I mean, It's not 1903, but Napoleon Hill is still relevant. It's 2025 right now. And we talk about positive mindset, the book Think and Grow Rich, the, you know what I mean, like emotional intelligence, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. These are books written down, and it's not God. It's just honesty. That's why it's a bestseller. That's why it sticks. And new generations don't compare in a sense of, oh, this market's too saturated. When they see a new generation, wise people understand that it's another wave to convince in the most positive way. When you're in a fruitful giving mode, there's no such thing as taking so much that there's no more left for anybody. There's enough of anything and everything out there for anybody, as long as you decide that's true. I decide that's true. And for the message that it connects with, I dare you as I dare myself. Love yourself today. You've lived a hard enough life. Thank you, Dad. So live good now. You've had a lot of mistakes. It's not going to be the last time. But it definitely doesn't have to be as debilitating as it used to be. Let it convict you. Be smart. Have shame. Good conscience. But make that shit